Hogan said the feeling of a well-struck golf shot goes up through the shaft into your hands and into your heart. It just feels so good to hit a solid golf shot. These help a little bit too. Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. Boy, I wonder what I've got in this box. Well, hey guys, today's video is about mental game, my mental approach. And there's two different kinds of ways of looking at it. There's my mental approach to rebuilding my game, which, you know, I think you have to be willing to start over and change things. And then the second part of mental game is I've had a number of people write me about being inconsistent on the golf course. Everybody's inconsistent on the golf course. That's a thing that, you know, I'm frustrated with it, and I try and be more consistent. But the thing is, you get a little bit more consistent as you get better with all your fundamentals. So my bad rounds today aren't even close to what they were, you know, 5-7 years ago. So at any rate, that's what we're all trying to do. And one thing I'll tell you is when you turn on a pro tournament, you're literally watching the half a dozen hottest golfers in the world at that moment. You don't see the 60, 70, 80 players that got cut for shooting 77s and 76s. So most tour pros go through it as well. And when you look at the top 10, what makes the guys the top 10 in the world is they're the most consistent. So it's a cross to bear for all of us. But check this out. This is so awesome. I'm excited. I've got my old timer here. Had this knife for over 20 years. What an old faithful this is. So next weekend is the MSC Intensive and Tournament. The MSC Golf Weekend Getaway. It's going to be fantastic. And let's see what we've got here. Oh, wow. This looks like a My Swing Evolution first place trophy. Woohoo! Who is going to win this? I cannot wait for you guys to come out. We're going to have an awesome time, and I hope you like this video about my mental approach. This is a big subject, and I really think it's a crucial part of playing the game well. So hit them long and hit them straight. Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I'm out here on a beautiful day just working on my wedge game because that's what I need to do to get my next level of advancement in the game of golf. I think that that's the weakest part of my game, or at least I certainly have the most room for improvement, I think, from say 40 to 100 yards. You know, it's pretty funny. But I've gone through many incarnations during the course of my swing evolution. I had one of my subscribers ask about the approach to the mental game. And, you know, I talk about this, you know, rarely. And I'll talk about breathing or mindset. But it really, you know, guys, golf is a mental game. And Bobby Jones said that the game is played on a 6-inch course between your two ears. You know, that's really where the game is played, because in a round of golf, you know, you're going to have, like, you know, in a good round of golf, maybe 40 full swings, you know, a bunch of chips and putts. And, you know, you're trying to get the ball in the hole in the least number of strokes. And I believe very strongly that you can't really play the game until you have some fundamentals. You know, I was going out on the golf course for many years and not even really playing the game. I had no control over where the golf ball was going. And that's not very fun. So first of all, what we're trying to do, in my opinion, is re-envision who we are in the game of golf. And, you know, I've got a 7-year proof of concept that shows me going from a straight up average player to at least one of the better players at my club. And, you know, it has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself. I believe that a lot of people have a hard time rebuilding their golf swing and getting better at the game because they're comfortable with who they are in the game of golf. Every golfer wants to play better and shoot better scores. That goes without question. But if you're not willing to change your habits, you're not likely to change anything about the way you play the game. And, you know, one of the things you have to do when you're going to tackle a swing rebuild or try and improve at the game of golf is you have to be able to accept changes. Changes in the way you think about yourself, changes in the way you approach your practice, and changes in the way that you play the game out on the course. You know, it's a pretty big subject, but I'm going to go through some of the main things. So this is a really simple thing that I want to mention. You know, when I started my swing evolution, I look back at the early videos and I'm not saying I'm dressed well now, but I dressed like a slob back in the day. Nothing matched, clothes didn't fit well, you know, they didn't match. It was just terrible. But one thing that you can start to care more about yourself and the way you think about the game is to dress a little bit better. That may be a simple thing, but it's an important thing. I think the pros dress professionally, and that's something that, you know, is very important. Now, you may not be a professional, but if you go out to the course, dress like a slob because you don't want anybody to have any, you know, expectations from you, that's probably not the best course of action, you know. So that's just one simple thing. But really what we're trying to do is see ourselves as better golfers. You know, I'm going through multiple other evolutions right now. I've got my fitness evolution. You folks have seen me lose 35 pounds. I'm going through my yoga evolution. I'm gaining flexibility, stability, and range of motion. You know, I'm a straight up beginner. I'm 6 months into my yoga practice, I'm proud to say. You know, but that's something that I have to re-envision myself and see myself as making progress. You know, I'm actually doing a couple other things. I'm learning how to play the piano and dance salsa. So these are things that, you know, I'm evolving in. So I always use the same process. And one of the things I think about is you have to think about yourself as what is the next level up? What does a better player do? For me right now, the better players that I'm around, gosh, they are so good from 100 yards and in. So I'm trying to see myself as that. Now, here's the trick. You can't make it to that next level. You can't subconsciously believe you're great at an area of the game or the game itself, you know, if you're lying to yourself, okay? You have to have some empirical proof. And that's what practice does for us. Practice is a meditation. Okay, and it is through that meditation that we start to believe that, wait, I can do this. I can put it in the hole even, you know. That's the type of thinking you have to have. So one of the things that I really want to recommend, I do this with all my students, and I do it with all of my practice sessions, that I start with small shots that I can hit solid. If you jump straight to a driver and you're hitting it all over the country, that's going to reinforce your subconscious mind telling you that you can't do it. You need to have goals that you can accomplish. Every little goal that you accomplish is like putting a little bit of change in that piggy bank that is, you know, reinforcing your belief that you can accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish in the game. You know, so that's really the main broad strokes of my mental approach. You know, when you get into technique, there's so much about this game. But really, it's mostly about self-belief. You know, I'm trying to raise myself to higher levels of self-belief that I can accomplish these things in the game of golf. All these little things will add up, okay? When you get to the driving range, make sure that you're hitting shots that you can hit solid and start to work from there at the beginning before you stretch into areas that need a little bit more work. That's going to be really good for you emotionally. And then really, you know, I think it's a great idea to play with better players. That's a really good idea because you may have noticed that I'm surrounding myself with a better caliber of players. And I know that when I joined the Superstars karate team, I got a lot better. I had a real coach. And the next thing you know, I won the Florida Open and beat one of my idols. I mean, it was crazy, you know. But before you know it, you'll be a much better golfer, and I hope that this helps. So I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. Hi folks, I'm Christo Garcia from My Swing Evolution. My channel has over 16 million views on YouTube because folks saw me rebuild my golf swing and go from this to this. It's a pretty drastic change. I've learned the golf swing from some of the all-time greats of the game, and I'm so excited I will be hosting the MSC Golf Weekend Getaway at Eaton Canyon Golf Club in Pasadena, October 13th and 14th. Saturday the 13th will be an all-day teaching intensive. I will go through the entire MSC golf system that changed my life forever. And I'm also going to have a special guest named Tom Swanston coming all the way from England to teach his scoring clinic. You're just gonna love it. On the tee, Team Allen! And then on Sunday, October 14th, is the first MSC Stroke Play Golf Tournament. You can be the first MSC champion. We're going to crown a first, second, and third place winner in 2 separate flights. So if you'd like more information about the MSC Golf Weekend Getaway, don't hesitate. Send me an email at myswingevolution@yahoo.com and I will get back to you personally with all the details. Come to the MSC Golf Weekend Getaway. Learn how to hit the ball farther, reduce your slicing, score better, and become a champion. You can go to myswingevolution.com for more details.